Well, good morning, you no good, worthless fucking heathens. And good morning to you no good fucking hypocrites, too. You fakers and shakers that want to claim junk Christianity or being a religious nut. If you're going to abide by the law of God, you do it through the Great Bible Question and Answer book. You don't pick and choose what you get to live by. Let's see where we left off yesterday with the most important questions that we can teach our children and give them the answer in this child's book. How was baby Moses rescued? When Pharaoh ordered all the Hebrew baby boys put to death, Moses' mother thought of a plan that might save her infant son. She made a waterproof basket, placed the baby inside, and floated the basket in the Nile River. Her hope was that someone would find the child and keep him. Someone did. Pharaoh's daughter. Now go figure that shit, huh? The man who ordered his little bastard ass to be put to death, his daughter, sneaks him in. When she went to the river to bathe, she saw the basket and had it brought to her. She adopted the baby as her own child and named him Moses, which means pulled from the water. What kind of education did Moses receive? The Bible tells us that Moses grew up in the palace of Pharaoh. No other fact about his childhood was given, but as the son of Pharaoh's daughter, Moses probably would have had the best teachers in all of Egypt. He may have read scrolls from one of the world's greatest libraries, for the Pharaoh had collected thousands of books on medicine, science, religion, history, and magic. They all fit together, huh? And science, yeah, right. Go figure, huh? They had fucking science. Why did Moses flee from Pharaoh's court? As Moses grew to manhood in the palace of Pharaoh, he learned that he had been adopted as a baby, even though it don't say in the Bible he learned he was adopted. He was not the son of an Egyptian princess. He was a Jew. Moses went out where the Jewish slaves were working and saw an Egyptian master whip a man. In anger, Moses killed the Egyptian. He realized he would be punished for this crime if he remained in Pharaoh's court, so he fled into the wilderness. He fled into the wilderness. Now Moses is a murderer. On the fucking run. He's a fucking criminal on the run. Who was Jethro? After Moses had killed the Egyptian slave master, he ran from Egypt into the desert of Midian. For days he wandered along the wilderness, seeking shelter from the scorching sun. At last, in the middle of the desert, Moses stumbled upon a well. As he drank, a family of young women brought their sheep into the well for water. Soon after, shepherds arrived with their flocks and tried to push the sisters away. Moses protected the young women who invited him to come and live with their father Jethro. Jethro welcomed Moses in his tents and trusted him with his flocks. The older man was a priest of the Lord and probably taught Moses much about the God of his fathers. Moses later married one of Jethro's daughters, Zipporah, and had 2 sons. How long did Moses live as a shepherd? Moses stayed in the desert for many years tending sheep. He probably thought his life as an Egyptian prince was long in the past, but God had other plans for this martyr. The old Pharaoh died and a new one took his place. Life for the Hebrew slaves grew even harder under the new Pharaoh, and they cried to the Lord for help. God heard their cries and remembered his promises to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. After Moses' time in the wilderness, God was ready to send him back to Egypt. What happened at the burning bush? One day, Moses was out with his flocks near Mount Zena, the place where the people of Midian went to worship God. There he saw a bush covered in flames, but the fire did not destroy the bush, and Moses stared in amazement. The Lord spoke from the center of the flame. "Moses, I am sending you to Pharaoh. Go! Bring my people out of Egypt." Moses said to God, "I am not a great king. Why should Pharaoh listen to me?" God told Moses to throw his walking stick on the ground. As Moses watched, the stick became a snake. Next, God covered Moses' hand with a bad skin disease and immediately healed it. "Go back to Egypt, Moses," God said. "I will give you power like these, so Pharaoh will listen." Well, I need to stop before I run my goddamn head into the motherfucking wall again. Goddamn! Well, now you know why most of these fucking old preachers that preach the word of God, they're fucking common goddamn criminals, just like Moses was. Moses was a murderer on the goddamn run, and God chose this murdering motherfucker to do his will. He needed murderers and criminals. Well, I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you worthless, goddamn miserable asses this morning and bring a little joy into your life and the true word of God and the burning bush. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Later.